reminds me of, like in the party, you get that spray. I don't even know what it is, silly string or something. Like you
Yeah.
spray that. Like what?
Mm.
You got cheese that comes out.
Yeah, maybe.
That's so weird. I mean, that's probably the sort of cheese that I would like. To be fair. Hi guys, and welcome back to another video.
Hello.
This is Alice. I'm Kai. Together, we're the Ali Kai Project. So today we're going to be taking a step away from food and just looking into America a little bit more, I guess. And in this video,
Yeah, go on.
sorry, you looked at me funny. I thought,
No.
that's so wrong. In this video, we're looking at 11 common things that don't exist outside of the USA.
Mm.
I have no idea, so let's just jump straight in.
Yeah, we don't know what kind of
I've
things.
got no idea at all. So
We'll
let's
find
jump
out.
Chocolate chip cookies, dental floss, traffic lights, all great American inventions. These things originated in America but are now all over the world. But if you think that everything American is in every other country, then you'd be wrong. There are some things you just don't see outside of the USA. I'm Charlie, and today we're going to look at 11 common things that don't exist outside the USA. Before we get into it, why not subscribe and press the notification bell too. Coming up first, we have medical and lawyer ads. If you're not from the USA but have gone to visit, I'm sure you switched on the TV and heard this phrase. Ask your doctor if this product is right for you. And then, most likely, a big list of scary warnings and side effects. This is something that only happens in America, and it's advertising for medical products. Outside the USA, it's weird to see commercials for medical-related things.
That's a bit weird, isn't it? Like, I feel like you'd be quite overwhelmed. Here, try this pill. It's going to add an extra 10 years to your life.
Yeah, I said, ask your doctor about it.
That sounds like...
Interesting.
It almost sounds... Obviously, it's an advert, right? But it sounds too good to be true. I don't know.
Yeah, obviously, it depends what the drug...
It's a bit of a weird one.
It's like a little bit backwards, as in you who are meant to be a patient should know about the medication you need and ask your doctor about it, whereas you would think...
Yeah, it's like... Because the doctor would prescribe it, wouldn't he?
Yeah, but they would prescribe what's best for your condition, and you just take their word for it to an extent.
Yeah, rather than like, I saw this pill on the thing. Can I try that one? Do you think that?
Yeah. It just feels a bit the other way around.
Yeah, it's a bit. I don't like that. It's a bit weird.
Outside the USA, it's weird to see commercials for medical-related things. Most people would just go to their doctor and get what their doctor suggests. But in the USA, it's common to see medical things advertised as if they were any other product. But medical ads aren't the only odd advertising you'll see in the USA. Another thing you'll often see is adverts for lawyers. I'm not talking about Saul Goodman from Breaking Bad. Believe it or not, that's not just in TV shows. In the USA, lawyers really do advertise on TV. Did you know that 60% of the world's lawyers reside in the USA? And the USA is said to be the most litigious country in the world. This means the most lawsuits come from inside the USA.
A bit like, because we do have on telly where it's like, injury lawyers. Let me try that again.
Injury lawyers for you. Wherever there's blame, there's a claim.
It's like that sort of stuff, isn't it? You know what I mean?
I guess it would be a bit like that.
So we are. I guess we are starting to see a little bit of that now, because I remember I've seen these adverts on telly, and it always
they're stuck in your head, so I can imagine.
Yeah, it just kind of comes out.
But I mean, we do know. I didn't know obviously the percentage of lawyers.
I didn't know it was that high. 60%.
60% comes from the US,
pretty
but
massive.
We do know that it's quite a litigious country, don't we?
Yes, it's true. Actually, everyone's suing everyone for everything. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Kinda. Spray cheese.
Next up is spray cheese. When you think of cheese, you probably think France. Luxurious French cheese is a staple of fine dining around the world. But the USA has a different kind of dairy-based delicacy. That is spray cheese. Cheese is eaten a lot in the USA. In fact, the USA is the world's largest consumer of cheese. But America also loves convenience, and that's why cheese can be bought in a can in the USA. Now, spray cheese is actually only 51% cheese. By law, to call a product what it is, it must be at least half that product. So that's why it's only 51% cheese, not a percentage higher. The other 49% is flavorings, protein, and ingredients. Spray
Reminds me of, like in the party, you get that spray, I don't even know what it is, silly string or something, like
Yeah.
you spray that, like what, you got cheese that comes out.
Yeah, maybe.
That's so weird. I mean, that's probably the sort of cheese that I would like, to be fair.
Yeah, very not tasting like cheese.
Yeah, it just doesn't
and
taste like
fun.
cheese. Perfect. Perfect.
The other 49% is flavorings, protein, and ingredients. Spray cheese has been big in the USA since the 1960s, and it's even sold in various flavors, for example, cheddar, bacon, and even American flavor. I wonder. Next up is garbage disposals. I'm sure you've seen in movies and TV shows how Americans throw their food scraps into the sink. You may think, what happens to them? Do they just sit there? Well, no, they go into what's called a garbage disposal. These things actually only exist in the USA. In other countries, food scraps would be put in the kitchen bin. But why is it that only in America do they use garbage disposals? Well, the reason why is because in many other countries it's banned. This is because it's not very environmentally friendly. That's because all of the food is mixed in with the general water waste. This then at some point must be filtered out. So it wastes a lot of energy, but it is convenient.
Is that not just the same as like pouring it down the sink? That's effectively just mulching it up, right? And allowing it to go through. So, not should, but every once in a while, you're clearing a plate and you wash your plate off. Food's still going down.
Yeah.
I guess maybe.
But this is all of the food.
Everything.
Yeah.
And that'd be bones and
we have a separate food.
We have
container.
like a food rubbish bin, don't we? And it's grim. Like it's the grossest thing ever, actually, because if the sun hits that thing, it turns into all nasty ghoulish stuff, and it stinks. Very unpleasant, but it does the trick for.
And also it
recycling.
keeps it separate so it gets processed correctly without having to go through anything like this.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of our waste, so we have like a garden waste bin, which is just anything green really. We have a recycling bin, which is generally cardboard, plastics,
and glass,
and like
bottles,
jars, glasses, bottles.
And then the food.
And then we have
waste.
the food waste, which is a small little container, really.
Yeah. And just the general
And then
waste.
the general waste, which basically you can put anything in, but technically you should recycle if you can.
Yeah.
Well, that's our waste anyway. Let's jump back in, shall we?
Must be filtered out. So it wastes a lot of energy, but it is convenient. Next up is college sports.
This is so big.
Yeah.
Every country loves
I
sport.
love this.
Whether it's cricket in India, football in Spain, or baseball in the USA. But only in the USA are they obsessed with college sports. Every country loves professional sport leagues, and the USA is no exception. But one thing that's different about the USA is that they love college sports as much as regular professional sports. No other country gets behind colleges as much as the USA does. If you ask people in other countries if they can name a college team of any other sport,
I like it because it's encouraging, like you're encouraging the next generation of like athletes to rise up and actually, persist. And I really like that because, especially in the UK, it's like it's football, 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 and that's it. Whereas when I went to America, I mean, I think when I went to Los Angeles specifically, not Los Angeles, sorry, Las Vegas. When I went to Las Vegas, there was college basketball tournaments, and it was televised in all the pubs or bars. It was everywhere, literally everywhere, and I thought that was so cool. Like it's obviously yes, they are professional athletes, but they're up and coming ones, right? They're not like your sort of League One NBAs, whichever the relevant sport is.
Basketball is NBA.
Basketball is NBA. Football is NFL.
American football.
Yes, American football. Sorry. And various other ones. But I think that's such a cool thing, and it's nice to encourage that. I think that's a really good thing. I wish England did more of that, to be honest.
And I think it's a good preparation for, kids and young adults growing up in that environment of not only pressure, but the support and the noise and crowds. Because if they do go into professional
I suppose it gets them
sports,
used to it, doesn't it? Already.
they're already accustomed to, and they don't fall under the pressure of,
Yeah,
you
this
know,
is true.
home crowd, not home crowd, and all of that sort of stuff.
I just think it's awesome, to be honest. It's such a cool thing.
Because it's hard. I did gymnastics growing up, and like going from your local club sort of competition to somewhere even more national. That it was a massive difference. And you're not really mentally prepared for it. So I guess having that consistently throughout your career as you grow up.
Yeah, this is true. It's true.
It does. If you ask people in other countries if they can name a college team of any other sport, chances are they can't. In other countries, college sports are not broadcast on TV, and they also don't make any money at all, as opposed to the millions made in US college sports. In the USA, college football brings in thousands of spectators to fill up stadiums. But in other countries, college football games are lucky if they even get the friends and family of the people involved watching. Also, the biggest stadiums in the USA are pretty much all college football stadiums. Out of the top 15 biggest stadiums in the USA, all 15 are college football stadiums. The largest of which being the Michigan Stadium, which can hold over 100,000 fans.
Wow.
Next up is white teeth. Have you ever wondered why all Americans seem to have great white teeth? It seems for some reason people in the USA are obsessed with getting the perfect teeth. And by perfect, I mean white and straight. Americans actually spend more money than any other country to make sure their teeth are white and straight. But despite all the money that's spent on getting white and straight teeth, that does not necessarily mean they're more healthy. For example, the British are often mocked for their bad teeth. But according to a Harvard University study, British teeth are actually more healthy than American teeth. Trust me, not all Brits look like Austin Powers. One reason why this may be is because in the UK, under 18s can get braces for free. However, in America, they're very expensive, and there's a good reason for that. According to a study by New York Mag in the USA, good teeth can be the difference between getting a second date and not. Apparently, 38% of Americans will turn someone down for a second date if they have bad teeth. And 60% of Americans say they perceive someone as smarter if they have straight white teeth. Next up is Black Friday. If you're not from the USA, you may not understand why everyone goes so crazy on this day every single year. Black Friday is the name given to the day after Thanksgiving, which is another American holiday. The term Black Friday came about because of the amount of accidents and sometimes even violence shoppers create. People go crazy for all the deals in the stores, and sometimes
be a good video to watch. Like just crazy events on Black Friday, or like a compilation of people just going batshit crazy.
We have Black Friday here as well.
Yeah, but it's not really...
It's not just one day / one event.
Here it's like a week, isn't it, or something?
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
And it's also not our biggest sale of the year. I think our biggest sales start on Boxing Day.
Yeah, I mean,
throughout,
I think Black Friday here is a bit of a scam, because I think what it feels like the companies do is leading up to Black Friday, they sort of put their prices up a little bit, and then suddenly, kablam! Here's a massive sale, and it reduces it back to the price it was before. That's how it feels like sometimes. Like you think, oh, I'm getting a massive sale, and then when you actually look at comparatively,
yeah, what was the price like 2 months ago?
It's not actually a sale.
Yeah,
it's just been built up, and then you suddenly
not always,
but I do think that is a thing.
Big ticket items, sometimes they do that.
Yeah.
There are riots just to get into a shop. Black Friday has expanded to other countries, for example the UK, but videos of Black Friday in other countries have gone viral for different reasons. That's because no one really cares about Black Friday in other countries, and shops often only get 1 or 2 extra visitors than on a normal day. Billions of dollars are spent in the USA every time Black Friday rolls around, but it seems the rest of the world just isn't into it. Next up is solo cups.
It's the red cups.
If you're American, this may come as a surprise, but red solo cups are seen as a very American thing. In movies and TV shows, everyone drinks out of them at parties. And many tourists actually bring back a red solo cup to their own countries when going to America. That's because it's seen as a piece of American iconography, although many Americans don't realize this. In other countries, people simply drink from beer bottles or glasses, but in the USA, they use red plastic solo cups. Next up is free refills. When I was dining in the USA once, a waiter came up to me and said, "Would you like me to refill your drink?" I said no because the drink was kind of expensive, and they looked at me like I was crazy. That's because it is typical in any American restaurant to have a free refill. In other countries, you'd need to pay if you wanted extra drink, but not in the USA. In other countries, if you pay for one drink, that's what you get. And many Europeans say that they find it very weird when they go to the USA and their glass gets refilled even if they don't ask. But personally, I love it. I'm never going to turn down a free drink. And finally on the list, we have flags. Every country has their flag, but no one shows off their flag more than the USA. If you drive around the USA, it's common to see people flying the American flag on their homes. Also, many buildings, schools, and businesses will have an American flag. This is something you don't see in any other country. According to research, over 150 million American flags are sold every year. And it's not exactly known why people in the USA love to show their flag off so much. Worldwide,
I think, sorry, I probably jumped in just as he was about to say as well. But I think based on the Star Spangled Banner video we did, I think it's like a big pride, well, yeah. Very patriotic, very proud of the country. And I think the meaning behind it as well, isn't it? It's just nice.
Mm.
The USA flag is the second most famous flag after the Union Jack, but no other country waves their flag as much as they do in the USA. Vote in the poll in the top right corner the most interesting common thing that doesn't exist outside the USA. I think it's spray cheese, as I'd really like to try that someday. If you guys want some more amazing videos, check out my second channel.
I think you would also like to try spray
cheese. It's a weird one for me. Like,
fun.
I think that's what it is. It is just fun, but I'm guessing I can't imagine. It's like whipped cream, I suppose, isn't it? Done.
So, if you think of, there's some cheese it's quite almost liquidy, and you can get it in some tins.
It doesn't sound good to me, though.
Well, it's a bit like if you think of the type of cheese you get with nachos at the cinema.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
So I'm guessing
something
principle,
like, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
And it's easy to have in a can. It's quite.
I would probably like that then, to be honest. Yeah, in the right situation, I can see that working. What else was there? There was a few other ones, wasn't there? The red cups, we kind of knew that already.
Yes. The ads, we talked about that already.
Yeah.
That was
wherever there's flame, there's a flame.
Yes. Just some interesting things, some that we kind of knew about, some that have made their way across to us a little bit as well.
Yeah, I think we're slowly incorporating the American ways.
Some, yeah.
To be honest, hopefully we don't incorporate the American advertising and commercials, because there's so many on their telly, like on their day-to-day telly, and during sports, there's so many ad breaks. It's crazy. Like in the UK, there's not that many really. You can almost watch a movie and maybe have like one ad break in the middle of it. Whereas like I think in America, if you're watching that, you probably have like four for about like one movie. And I know in like sports, like literally they're split into quarters because there's just so many ad breaks. I'm sure that's relevant to ads. I might be wrong, but
that's just how advertisers make money.
It's crazy though, yeah. But for me, it's like I like my TV and I like my television to just flow, like without interruption. I want to watch a program, I want to get into it. Ad break, ad break, ad break. It's just, let me watch it,
Yeah. I would like to see a sporting event live though, like a US, either basketball or baseball. Baseball is not a big thing here.
I've done that.
I know.
Yeah, I know. So when I went to Los Angeles...
Without me?
Yeah, when I went to Los Angeles without Alice, I went to see the Lakers play the New York Knicks in the Staples Center, and it was really cool, actually. I really enjoyed the experience.
Yeah, I think that'll be awesome. Did you have good seats?
To be honest, I wouldn't say
all seats are good seats.
It wasn't terrible. We wasn't right down the front. I wasn't right at the back, but it wasn't like super crowded either. Maybe it was, I don't know, maybe it was an off-season game or something like that, but it was pleasant. It was nice to watch. It was very, it's like what we see in the movies, it's just, and I found out when I went to New York as well, it just feels like you see all this stuff in the movies and you think it can't be like that in real life. And you get there and it's like, blooming hell, it's real. Like,
exactly.
It's literally like that. And it's a weird, almost nostalgic feeling. Like, it's just, it's nice. I like it.
Cool.
I think that
Well,
sums the video up, really, doesn't
yeah.
it? Been talking a little bit too
Well,
much again, probably.
11 things that are common in the US and not so much outside. If you know of any more, let us know down below.
But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.